What's up, YouTube? All praises to the Most High, Yahuah, and all praises to Yahusha, the one that lived for us, died to his flesh for us, and died for us on the stake, and was resurrected for us to use the Ruach HaKodesh, holy breath. You know what that was? Me quickening the Ruach HaKodesh. Let's begin. Hey, what's good, YouTube? Haloe369, back again with another one. I know I ain't record yesterday. However, I had to have a long day of rest. My body just, my body was so exhausted, y'all. You have no idea. Sometimes I have to recharge because I'll work myself to a place of exhaustion, and my body just be like, not today. Just take this time to rest. So I took that time to rest. The state of Sabbath, rest. That means forget about everything. State of rest. State of Sabbath, rest. State of Shabbat, rest. Okay. Now, for those that seen my last video about marriages, the fullness of marriages, and you know, I still got much more to speak about with marriages. However, I ran into, I was reading the book of Enoch, and I wanted to share what I read with y'all and how I interpret it. However, if you are new to the channel, pull up, have a seat. If you're a regular here, hit that thumbs up button. We got much to speak on. And I want y'all to know that I appreciate every one of y'all that actually sit through my videos and listen to me, even though sometimes I might take pauses, breaks, and actually, the conversation sometimes could get exhausting for y'all, maybe, some of y'all. I appreciate your patience in listening, because I'm thankful for your patience, because it shows how much concentration you have. It shows how much concentration you have on what I'm saying and how to actually apply it to your life if you're listening to what I'm saying. And for those that actually interact in the comments or, give me feedback, I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I love everybody regardless, whether you like my videos or not like my videos, whether you interact with me or not interact with me. I still love you. And the reason being is because Yahuah has positioned me to be very empathetic and understanding of all, bad or good. Malicious or not, malicious intent or not, or righteous intent. I understand y'all. And the reason being is because Yahuah has given me that understanding. But I am most of all empathetic of Yahuah by me being this way. Because He allows me to present myself in the way that he would. Yahusha as well. Yahusha has allowed me to empathize with him to present myself as they would. Remember, if I say that I am in the Son, as the Son said he is in the Father, and if he is in the Father, then the Father is in me through him. Does not mean that we are the same being, okay? Yahuah and Yahusha are totally different beings, just like I'm a totally different being than Yahusha. Okay, I'm not the same as Yahusha. Just like Elijah was given a gift to raise the dead back to life. Or was it Elijah or Isaiah? It was one of them. However, I saw it when I read it. He brought back armies of people. I'll remember it. However, it's not the point of this conversation. Yep. It's not the point of this conversation. I want to read something very interesting and particular, okay? Because it tells me where Yahusha is at right now, okay? Because he waiting on our emotional perception. He waiting on that. He waiting on us to get it. And it's not going to be a lot to get it either. Like, I could tell you that it's not going to be a lot to get it. There's going to be a lot of us that's going to be misled. Because one thing I noticed out here, which I'm going to speak about after I read this, is a lot of this information is opening up to misguide us into thinking that we are the Elohim. And we are not. That's the same mistake that the angels made, which is the deities that some of these people worship out here that have no name for Yahuah, but have a name for themselves, or they don't worship the Most High Creator of heavens and earth. However, I'm gonna get to it. Cause I want y'all to see what I read that made me it made me come to an understanding. I'm gonna explain my understanding of it as well. All right, so I'm gonna read it, and y'all follow me as I read. Okay. This is from the book of Enoch, chapter 23. And it says, now, I got two different books of Enoch, so I'm reading from one of them right now. I might get into it and read from another one on another video because, you know, just to give y'all a full range of how to perceive, all right? However, it says, from thence I went to another place, to the west ends of the earth. This is Enoch speaking. And I saw a burning fire which ran without resting. Okay, that means it was so consistent, it never stopped. And it was burning fire, which ran without resting, and paused not from its course day or night, but ran regularly. And I asked, what is this which rests not? Then Raguel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered me and said unto me, this course of fire which thou hast seen is the fire in the west which persecutes all luminaries of heaven. And I thought about it. I ran into somebody's video, right? And it said that the sun looked like a living organism. You shouldn't be able to, get this close to the sun if it was way out in space, right? And then I pondered on that. And I was like, well, when I read the book of Enoch, he punishes luminaries. He actually punishes luminaries for not committing their tasks that they were designed to do. And that also made me think that all these luminaries are organic beings that have Ruach as well. And it's in, matter of fact, it's later on down the chapters where you understand that they all have a different type of Ruach governing them. Even though the Most High is the ultimate governor of all Ruach, but and this is why I say, like, we shouldn't place ourselves in his position or in his seat, because none of us have created the luminaries. We may rearrange the reality around us through our emotional perception, but just think about those that don't act out in their assigned task and what their life looks like. It could look exciting and fun at first. However, they go through a lot of turmoil from not acquiescing to their designed jobs. And so the Most High, he dims their light and he punishes them. Even though Satan probably, helps them out, Hasatan helps them out, meaning Lucifer. I'm sorry, Lucifer helps them out, not Hasatan. Hasatan is running their life. My fault. Hasatan, which is the foul breath, is the one that actually runs their life. But let me continue. I'm sorry, y'all. Getting off track. Let me go ahead and continue reading. It says, and from thence I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire which burnt day and night. A mountain range of fire in the west, though. Okay. And I went beyond it and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all differing each from the other. And the stones thereof were magnificent and beautiful, magnificent as a whole, of glorious appearance, fair exterior. 3 towards the east, one founded on the other, and 3 towards the south, one founded upon the other. And deep rough ravines, no one of which join with any other, which also allows you to understand why it seems like everybody's having a flat earth theory, which I'm kind of leaning towards the earth is probably flat and they just don't want to expose that. because the things that come from heavens are dimensional. From the heavens, it's dimensional. At least from what I understand, anyhow, reading it. Anyhow, let me continue. And the seventh mountain was in the midst of these, and it excelled them in height, resembling the seat of the throne, and fragrant trees, resembling the seat of a throne, and fragrant trees encircled the throne. And amongst them was a tree such as I had never yet smelt, neither was any among them nor others like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and wood wither not forever. And its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit resembles the date of a palm, the dates of a palm. Then I said, how beautiful is this tree, and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and it blooms very delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy and it's Michael. I'm sorry, y'all. It's Michael. One of the holy and honored angels who was with me and was their leader. And he said, chapter 25, I'm on chapter 25 now, y'all. And he said unto me, Enoch, why dost thou ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree? And why dost thou wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, this high mountain which thou hast seen, whose summit is like the throne of Yahuah, is his throne. That's Yahusha. When he say it is his throne, that's Yahusha, y'all. So the book of Enoch speaks about Yahusha. You also get to see Yahusha being created in the book of Enoch, where the Holy Great One, the Elohim of glory, the eternal King, will sit, when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. Basically, this is before he comes back for the judgment. So it's speaking about the time that he sits. I mean, before he sits on that throne, that's where, because that's where he is now. So it says, he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring everything to its consummation, its end. Consummation, consume, consummation. You see the word consume in the word consummation. So that means he's going to consume all evil forever. It shall be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruit shall be food to the elect, it shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of Yahuah, the eternal king. Oh, my fault. The temple of Yahusha, the eternal king. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter, listening, and its fragrance shall be in their bones. And they shall live a long life on the earth, such as thy fathers lived. Meaning we're going to go back to living like how long that they lived back in the past, which is why they're pushing this, this agenda of, extending your life and all that stuff. Remember that Lucifer has a counterfeit for eternal life, and that counterfeit is just transferring consciousness into these non-fleshly or inorganic bodies that we call, robots or AI. They're empty vessels. And they're trying to trap your consciousness in wickedness. Anyhow, let me continue. Such as their fathers live, and in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. Then blessed I, the Elohim of glory, the eternal King, who have prepared such things for the righteous, and have created them and promised to give them. Okay? I want to stop right there, because that right there is where Yahusha sits right now. That's where he's waiting at for it to come back before he come and judge us all. Because Yahuah gonna send Yahusha to come back, and it's gonna be with a sword. It's not gonna be with the goodness, which he explained in here that before that he's gonna come with goodness. Once he was resurrected, this is where he sits now, and he waiting on us. The mountain that's in the center of the 6 other mountains. There's 6 other mountains, and then there's the one that he sits at, which seems like the throne of the Most High Yahuah, but it's not the throne of the Most High Yahuah. It's not the same throne. You say it looks like it. And then, which is why, because you get to see Enoch visit the Most High Yahuah, because he's a scribe of righteousness, and he lived a life of, he lived a life of 360, I believe 369 years. I'm not for certain. I got to look back in the Bible, but I know he lived a life. But he came back down to talk to Noah. The Most High allowed him to come back down to explain to Noah what's to come, and all his children and grandchildren. And I admired it. The Most High gave him a chance to come back down, talk to who he needed to talk to, and then he took him right back up. And also, because you get to see that if you read through the book of Enoch, if you have this book. However, uh, everything that he did was Ruach led. Ruach led. He exited. He did everything in a transitional spirit, from what I can see here. He saw the Most High, and the Most High reflected through him. He saw the Most High. He was a scribe of righteousness. He saw nothing but righteousness in the Most High through every bad thing that he saw, and then I bless the Elohim of heavens and earth. That's who he blessed. Like even if it was bad, he blessed the Elohim of heavens and earth. If when he saw the darkness and the stars being punished, he still blessed the Elohim, creator of heavens and earth. And the reward for our righteousness, if you are righteous and elect, because nobody's allowed to touch the tree of life until the day of consummation. Consummation, the end, the judgment. And you don't want to find yourself, because this is what I'm gonna say. Lucifer has his counterfeit, which is transferring your consciousness into metal vessels. Okay, that's his counterfeit. Receiving and even receiving his mark. Yahuah has a mark, and you see that in Revelation. Yahuah has a mark that he a white rock, which is a name that nobody has never seen, and a mark that Yahuah is gonna give the righteous and the elect. Mind you, the 144,000, those are just the 144,000 virgins, okay? That doesn't include the righteous and elect. Though they are righteous, that's totally separate than the righteous and elect, which is totally different. They're not the same. And a lot of people just think that it's going to be just 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe. That's not how it's going to work. It's going to be those righteous and elect that follow the 144,000 from the 12,000 from each tribe. And those that don't lean towards righteousness will never see righteousness. And if you don't see righteousness, you will never, you will be eternally separate from the Most High Yahuah and shall be punished. Now, the reason for me reading this is to give y'all a glimpse of what I see happening, okay? What I see happening is, from the way I perceive it, is that everything is counterfeit, but Yahuah gave Enoch access to him through his righteousness, through his laying down with the Ruach, okay? Because everything has a Ruach. These luminaries, they get punished for not doing what was according to the Most High's design. Just like the luminaries get punished, if we are no greater than the luminaries, so if they get punished, so shall we. And we are no greater than the tree that withered from the voice of Yahusha speaking to it for not bearing the fruit that it was supposed to produce. And for that, We are just like that. He will allow us to wither. I said this in my last video. Lasciviousness will have a man wither. If you are dealing with a woman that is wayward, you become wayward. Unless your leadership skills trumps her waywardness. And I'm gonna give y'all this fair warning. Stay out the Most High's way when he trying to protect y'all, cause y'all will get caught in the crossfire. You will get caught in the crossfire trying to protect those that don't want to follow the Most High. You get caught in the crossfire. That's something that people don't tell you. You will get caught in the crossfire. Yahuah will have a specific punishment that an individual will have to go through for hurting his chosen. Now, if you are chosen, or you are righteous or elect in the eyesight of the Most High Yahuah, and you're needed, he's not going to allow nothing to happen to you, like to your vessel. However, you are going to have consequences with your vessel if you get in the way of him trying to protect you from your own lascivious behavior or your vengeful behavior from, trying to be angry and go out and attempt to, be vengeful towards someone that did you maliciously. But people make the mistake of thinking that the Most High is just gonna protect them. That's not how that works. He gonna allow your decision to choose him and his righteousness over what you want to do to protect you. So you might get a little divine intervention here and there, but that's not how that goes. Like, Yahuah didn't protect me from, he protected this vessel from losing its life, but he didn't protect me from the consequences of dealing with individuals that I wasn't supposed to deal with. He didn't protect me from the consequences, and I was in the way. So I got, there's a lot of stuff that I could put on some, others, but I would still have to put it on myself for allowing it to happen, or for allowing myself to be swayed away from the Most High. And the Most High feels just as lonely as we do when we leave him to go and do what we want to do. And Yahushua, he sits at the top of that mountain right now, waiting on the word of the Most High, though. He waiting on Yahuah command to send him down for the consummation. And it say it in there. Yeah, I just read it. I could go further, but he gave us a desirable reward for living a life of righteousness. And if you was to abide by righteousness, which is allow Satan to do their thing over there, you don't get involved. Stay out the way. Because Yahuah, he when he come, don't get in his way. When Yahushua come back, don't get in his way. Meaning your behavior, don't get in his way. Because he's trying to hurt you. He will allow you to get caught in the crossfire. He may even allow your vessel to perish depending on how stubborn you are. Let's think about what he did to Moses. He didn't allow him to see the promised land because he got in the way. He let his behavior overtake, he allowed his behavior to be influenced by the negative crowd, which allowed him to respond in a way that upset Yahuah. Okay? And that wicked crowd, they done pushed all his buttons, and I'm pretty certain that Yahuah, he tried, he tried to get him to follow the ways that Yahusha followed. But at that time, men were much more harsh. And I know that. That was before people had acknowledgement or had understanding of the Ruach HaKodesh. I mean, they had an understanding of Ruach, but they misused it. And so the Ruach, which is why you had so many wizards, witches, and warlocks back then. Like, I mean, if you consider it, if you see it, when you read through the word, like when Saul was coming, when Saul was doing his thing, as far as being a king goes, and he was trying to stop David from becoming a king, I believe. Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay. So Saul was trying to be in the way. He was kind of getting in the way. And when you have, he banished practitioners of witchcraft out of the kingdom. Though he went to go and get a person that did witchcraft to do necromancy to bring one of his valued, which was Samuel at that time. I think it was Samuel. Yeah, it was Samuel. So it was Samuel that he tried to bring back to, get the Most High's favor again. But the Most High wasn't going for that. He's like, yeah. He gonna tell you the same thing he told you when he was alive. That's all you gonna get from me. Because I'm gonna allow it to happen, but you're not gonna get the results you want to have. And that's the thing, when people lean on to their own understanding about, like, I'm not leaning on to my own understanding when I read this. I get insight that, okay, this is where he is now. This allows me to understand how this platform is designed. Okay, it's a platform. All right. So the Arctic and all that stuff that y'all, that people get visuals of occasionally, or you get occasional information about different species and different elements of species and angelic beings from all different types. And then you got mermaids, which are sirens. We gave it a pretty name. It's not. They're not mermaids. I mean, they're not mermaids. They're sirens. They were the women that married the fallen angels and became sirens. Okay, they became sirens from their practicing of wickedness and witchcraft. All right, and they were turned into detestable beings or abominations to the Most High Yahuah. And that's from them being lascivious with the angels. All right. And also, you gotta think, a siren might have a beautiful voice, but they're seductresses. And yes, they know how to change and manipulate their vessel to seem appealing to you. But then once they get you, they become who they really are. And like I said, you won't know that Yahuah is protecting you at the time sometimes. It's gonna be subtle protection. The Most High protects us subtly. It never loud. It's never in your face. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's divine intervention that comes through, depending on your faith and belief in the Most High. However, you got people that use the functions of the laws without considering the consequences of denying Yahuah or Yahusha. When y'all deny them, when y'all deny Yahuah or Yahusha, man, you setting yourself up for failure. Because once you think you're God, that means that every judgment that get cast on you, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it through your lack of repentance or your lack of discernment of your own awareness in your behavior. I can't hold up to my own sins. Matter of fact, like I said, half of my punishment was still I still had to reap the consequences of dealing with people that weren't for me. And I dealt with that. I and the Most High, of course, He snatched me out of it and protected me. But the one that was for me, the ones that were for me, they stuck around, and I know who they are. But then the ones that wasn't for me, as long as I ain't doing better than them, you feel me, they'll they'll leave you high and dry. But I know the ones that was for me because every time I asked them to look out for me, whether it was big or small, they still looked out for me, and I haven't forgotten that. And I have strong empathy for people's situations, and I have strong consideration for people's situations. So a lot of times when they was doing stuff for me, they really didn't have it like that, but still went ahead and out on a limb to help me out. I ain't forgot that, and I never will forget it. And the thing is, Yahuah, of course, is going to influence me to make sure they're good. But those that consciously got in my way, those that consciously wanted to drag me down a hill emotionally on a roller coaster and all those things, the Most High made sure that He set up a barrier. He set up barriers for me to protect myself against them. And no, it's not through nothing malicious either. It's through I got genuine boundaries. It's genuine boundaries, genuine, okay, or do you have my best interest at heart? Genuine, I know what I'll do for you. I need to see what you'll do for me. And this is for those that come back or try to spin a block in my life. Like, I just know better. I know better. And then I've seen, that, people will play on your attraction to them. Women will play on your attraction to them, or people will play on your genuine empathy for them or your sympathy for them. And I've seen it. I understand it. Yet and still, I judge. I don't condemn anybody, but I still judge. And so it's like, when the Most High say judge this righteously, right is right, wrong is wrong, wrong is wrong, right is right. And those that, I'm gonna give you a small little tidbit of things to look out for. Like when people try to jam up the conversation, like when you're actually trying to have a fluid conversation and they get to rambling off at the mouth to disrupt the conversation, that's a person you need to watch out for, because that person is unaware. They don't have it all. They are unaware of themselves. And so they'll, and you can't teach somebody that think they know everything. Like if I'm sitting here and I'm interrupting you after every sentence, I'm not gonna learn nothing. I need you to complete a whole statement and a whole point before I even, and then I have to process that stuff before I even respond. I have to say, okay, that's valid. All right, that's true. Okay, this right here wouldn't, that wasn't valid. But the slower I am to speak and the quicker I am to listen, to show empathy and understanding and compassion, because I do that with the Most High. I know the Most High needs me to listen to him. And sometimes the Most High, he'll let me get away with stuff here and there, but he not about to let me get away with nothing. For real. Like, it's a wrap for that. Like, if he send me a woman or he send me anybody that's for me, he not going to allow me to misuse them. He not going to allow, because one, I know what being misused feels like. So for me to misuse somebody, I should know better. And the Most High gonna allow me to be punished if I misuse or lead somebody incorrectly, which is why I'm very careful about how I talk to y'all about the Most High on here. I don't sit here and try, and then I'm always open for correction. Like if you disagree with anything I have to say, I want y'all to correct me, cause I might be wrong somewhere. But the Most High, he not going to allow me to just go off willy nilly, just saying what my peace of mind is, without it aligning with His word or aligning with the truth that's out here, which I've seen it. So it's like, okay, I've actually seen it in action, and it happened much quicker than I said. Oh goodness, Yahuah has given me the perception and the understanding of how the Ruach HaKodesh works. And so for me to get that perception and then get that understanding, and then also being able to apply proper application to the field of life or the field of Ruach out here, because there's different Ruach. Remember, there's Hasatan and Ruach Hasatan, there's Ruach HaKodesh. But through all that, they all present gifts. Both of them present different abilities. Okay, Ruach Hasatan, it has its thing that it does to your vessel, and then Ruach HaKodesh has its thing that it does to your vessel. Ruach Hasatan brings death. Ruach HaKodesh brings life. All right, and as I sit here and visualize Yahusha sitting on that mountain waiting on his father to give him the command to come down here, I'm like, okay, I need to get it right. And yes, we are to create vessels. For you women out here that don't want to acquiesce to how the Most High designs you, you will get a rude awakening. And He will. He will wake you up. And it will be rudely. You're designed to be a helpmate. Y'all don't want to live like that. For us men, we're designed to lead our families to the Most High. We are designed to lead the communities to the Most High Yahuah. If you're not living like that, if you live in selfish lives, you will become even more impoverished, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, impoverished. Okay? Me too, if I live like that. Me too. I'm not excluded, y'all. I'm not excluded. I promise you I'm not. If I live an unrighteous life, the Most High friend to show me. And he gonna show y'all. However, me reading that in the book of Enoch and understanding that the luminaries are organic beings, and not to get in the way, don't get in the way of him protecting you. Because Yahuah, you will get caught in that crossfire. Yahuah will not, I promise you, Yahuah, he won't have remorse. Why'd you get in the way? That's what he gonna say. Even to me, why did I get in the way? Even when I got in my situation, it was, why would you get in the way? I'm trying to remove stuff from you. I'm trying to show you what's going on, and you just constantly getting in the way. But you don't know you're getting in the way. You won't know that you're getting in the way because you'll be so used to being carnal minded. However, I'm gonna leave y'all with that because tomorrow I am gonna make another video. But I wanted y'all to hear what the Most High got for us. The righteous and the elect. I know this ain't gonna get too many. Now, if you made it this far, I love you. And I want you to understand what I'm saying. Read it for yourself. The book of Enoch. Read it for yourself. If you have any discrepancies with what I have to say, hit me up in them comments. If you like the video, hit that like button. And also, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. So I love y'all. I love y'all, and I will check y'all out on the next one. I do love you. Trust me, I do. I have nothing to gain out of misguiding y'all. I love you.